Get rich fast with csgofast.com.
We're here at ESL Cologne with karrigan after the last match of the third day. So let's just jump into the questions. Like the first 2 days, you had some best of ones that were a bit shaky. So let's just touch on that. What do you think were the problems in those matches?
I don't know what happens sometimes to our CT side or T side. It just feels sometimes we are completely blown out of the server, not really getting a chance. Against Heroic, we came out flying start. And then I kind of think we won 4 equipped rounds, but we didn't string them together. So that ended up being a costful CT half on Inferno. But we managed to close out 16-14. And going into the mouse match, I think there was a lot of factors playing in. We did a mistake not going back to the hotel, and mouse played good. They came prepared for Nuke, and when we played Nuke, it felt kind of a bit off that we haven't played Nuke for a long time on LAN, and they just won every first duel, and they basically outplayed our CT side. So I think having bad start against mouse was very costly, especially going into the next best of ones we had.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the next best of ones was that against OpTic, and you got maybe the most favorable draw of what you could have gone. You probably thought that, feeling good going into that. So just tell me, what went wrong on that train. They totally stomped you on the T side.
We came out to flying start, winning pistol, and even survived many people the first NiKo. I just think we played very bad in all. We had so many advantages. I looked the VOD through, and I could count 3 or 4 rounds where we have the advantage, but somehow we can't close it out. 4 versus 3 retakes, where we're in favorable position, but miscommunication, aiming, and they just hit their shots. And when OpTic hit their shots, they have good players, and that we had seen when they won E-League back in the day. So maybe train was a mistake to let through. I don't know. I still think we had always a good read on train against them lately, since they got haste at least. So maybe another map could have been more favorable for us, since we have lost a few trains in a row since. I don't know, we lost 3 trains in a row to SK Gaming, for example. So that has been an issue these last events.
Yeah. So after that, you go against North and you go on Inferno. And at the beginning, it seemed like a pretty tight match. Tell me about those first rounds a bit.
We start up Thunder Lightning again. Good start. They come back into the match. They play good in some XNX, some huge rounds, and then we start stringing rounds together. We start getting rolling. We start get the money. Money on Inferno is Alpha Omega, that you can throw 2 Molotovs, even 3 Molotovs banana, and still keep pressure. CT, that makes the life hard for T, and Norfolk good at taking banana and abusing when we had not too much money. So they played it good, but in the end, when we had the money control, we could finally close the banana takes to and close out the half 9-6 CT. And going into T, I really like T start on Inferno, and I feel it's something that we've been proving good at various tournaments in tight matches where you need to be able to step up your game.
Yeah. So tell me a bit about the dynamic of playing with NiKo, in the shot calling role. He seems to have a lot of ideas, and how you bounce that off each other and decide what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean it's good because especially the match against Cloud9 ECS finals, he was good at trying to abuse the opening and trying to play a little more FPL. It's if I call less in this team, let's say we play a little bit unstructured, a little bit loose, it means people step up communication, come with initiative, because there's not this one voice telling everybody what to do. If I feel my players are not getting into the game, it's very important for me not to force, even though it could be the right call. If I force players to go through smokes, go for unfavorable duel, they might lose the confidence in a few rounds, and then suddenly if you switch it up, it can be hard to get back in the game. So that's something we experience sometimes, that I'm forcing too much, and then NiKo is good at saying maybe we should do this instead. So I kind of like that you have 2 callers in the team, 2 different ways of calling. So I think it's a good mix we have, and it's something we're working on all the time, since in practice you can't practice it. He let me call in practice, and then suddenly on official games he has more ideas. So it can be chaotic sometimes, but I think it makes us better.
Yeah. Yeah. So just looking forward, the draw has been done, and you got Liquid, and SK is in your side of the bracket of the playoffs. So tell me your thoughts on the playoffs.
I mean, I saw Liquid as a team who would pass the major qualifier. I like the way they played the CS finals, and I think they're a well-rounded team now with Zeus and Stanislav. They're playing good CS, so it's going to be a hard matchup, I actually would say. I think they have good players, good mix, good stars. Trist have been proven to be a phenomenal player lately. So it's a matchup we can't underestimate, and the way we played against mousesports and OpTic, if you do that tomorrow, then we can't win. That is for sure. So we need to not have deep blown out on the server, and if we manage to beat Liquid, it's gonna be a hell of a match if we face ASK. We have been fighting against them 2 finals in a row, so one of the teams won't make a final, and that is gonna be tough going into a major, not still winning tournaments or doing a final for both teams. So that is gonna be very interesting tomorrow how the bracket turns out.
Yeah. So that's it from karrigan here at ESL Cologne. Third day is over, so stay tuned to HLTV for more coverage.